We're joined today by Matt Schobel of the Columbus Cardinals. How you doing today, Coach?
Very good. Thank you for having me on.
You are welcome. We're here at the beginning of the summer, which means you've got to see your kids out playing in other sports and all through the spring, other UIL competitions, in the weight room, in athletic period. So how things go in the spring?
They were great. We had a really busy spring. Our kids were active and doing well in a lot of other sports, boys and girls side, and had a real successful year. But definitely did a good job behind the scenes in the weight room and stuff like that. So we're really looking forward to this season and excited about what our kids can accomplish.
All right. So if you don't mind, kind of walk us through who you lost to graduation, who you're going to have back, who might be playing different roles on the field this fall.
Yeah, we had obviously had a great season last year. We had a big senior class. This is our staff has been here 4 years, so the senior class had just graduated. We had them the whole way through, and they did a great job. It was a big group, high character kids, good players, obviously. Had a good season, but we feel like the foundation is pretty solid, and we have some solid classes behind them. No, all the classes are decent size and a lot of ability in there. But we'll just have to piece it together, figure out who's playing where, and try to figure all those things out early on in the season. So by the time we get to district and hopefully into the playoffs, that we're ready to roll.
Now, if you don't mind, walk us through the other teams in your district and what you think you're going to see from them on the field this fall.
Yep, we're in a tough district for sure. Hitchcock, obviously, I think won the district last year, and they returned almost their whole team. They got guys getting scholarship, D1 scholarship offers about every other day. I'm seeing very talented team. You got Yoakum and Hallettsville are extremely talented, a lot of skill, and a lot of speed there in our district. And then I thought the Hempstead, the new staff last year, did a great job. So they're going to be getting tougher and tougher, always athletic. So it's a tough district and even tougher region when you start sprinkling in Franklin and Lorena and Cameron and all those schools that our district is matched with the first round. So it's definitely a big challenge ahead of us.
Okay. Now, you've been around, well, you've been around athletics all your life. Um, you've been played at the college and pro levels, coaching now at the high school level. Just based on your overall perspective, everything you've seen in your career, what would you say the biggest challenge facing high school athletics in Texas right now is?
The biggest challenge, I'd say, I don't know if it's the biggest challenge, but one of the biggest differences I see from when I was coming through is just how busy these kids are and how many other things are going on with the select. There's more sports now than we had back when I was coming through. We didn't have powerlifting and all the 7-on-7, all those things that weren't really going on when we were coming through that are now. They're not necessarily a bad thing. Just the kids are crazy busy. So like I said, I don't know if that's a challenge, but it's probably a challenge to get your guys in the weight room in the summertime, and then to navigate through the spring when they're involved in so many contests and things like that, to continue to improve in your strength and conditioning at the same time, not putting the current sport that they're involved in, and at a disadvantage. So it's just busy.
All right. So, what are the sorts of things that you do as a head coach there to kind of manage that and maximize everything that the athletes or the students do while still getting them prepared for the upcoming season?
Yeah, I'm going into my fifth year, and you would think I would somewhat have it down, but I'm still in a lot of ways winging it. I ask a lot of questions. I ask other places that are successful. I ask questions about how they do it, and never being afraid to learn and try new things, and just each situation and each year is different. For me, I kind of try to target, for the next season where we graduated a lot, where we're going to be young, where we're going to be inexperienced, and I try to give those groups a lot of focus in the spring and the summer. For instance, this year we graduated quite a bit of offensive linemen, and I'm chasing those guys all the time, trying to get them in the weight room, trying to get them ready scheme wise and stuff like that. So just asking questions and being flexible and being understanding, and football is obviously my sport, but I oversee all sports, so I try to do what's best for our program, for our kids.
Now you mentioned summer activities. I think, in a lot of people's mind, if they've been around the schools and football, the school year ends, that's the end of the school year, and then we come back in August. And that's simply not the way it is anymore. It's talk a little bit about the role of the coach being a 365, or the athletic director being a 365-day job.
Yeah, you want your kids and your staff, for that matter, to be to get a little bit of a mental break. At the same time, I tell our kids all the time, and coaches too, if you have a chance to go on a vacation, go on the vacation. Nothing wrong with hitting the reset button, but if you're in town, you should be in the weight room, and you should be working out, getting better. But I do believe, with COVID, you're allowed to do, when we went through that, the more on the field and 7-on-7, all those things, just because you're allowed to do it, in my opinion, doesn't mean you should always do it, because you do need to be fresh. When we hit the beginning of the season, it's going to be a long grind. And, but so it's balancing that as best you can. But our kids are, our numbers are great this summer. And so we're pleased with that, and hopefully we can continue it. And we're looking forward to the fall.
Okay, so let's kind of go from big picture, heavier topics down to maybe something a little lighter. Try and learn a little bit about Matt Schobel. What would you say your number one guilty pleasure is?
Guilty pleasure. As far as coaching?
As far as Matt Schobel.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to come back to that one. I'm kind of drawing a blank on that one. I'm probably guilty of obsessing with work, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna have to skip on that one and come back to it.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you very much for your time today, and best of luck with the summer and the upcoming season.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much for having me on.
You're welcome. And for our YouTube viewers, if you like this video, click the like button down below. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm and put this video in front of more eyes. And if you like what we're doing with this video series, subscribe to the channel and click the notification button so that you get notified every time we post a new video.
LoneStarGridiron.com. Access the complete history of Texas high school football, over 100 years of information, win-loss records, coaching histories, individual stats, records, and more. Lone Star Gridiron, the authority on Texas high school football.